What is up, everybody? How's it going? How are we? Oh my god, it's 2 streams in a row. What the hell? Hey, is it about that time? Oh wow, that was a lot more severe than I thought. I think it is indeed about that time. What is up, everyone? My name is NotQuiteChrome. You can call me Chrome, though, and welcome to the Chromecast. Hope you are having a beautiful Thursday evening, Friday morning, wherever you are. I hope it is a good one. Hi, we are diving right in because it's a little bit later and I want to make sure that we get the most out of this. We are playing more Disco Elysium, which I'm so excited about. I am so happy to continue this game. I hope you are too. Hello, Megalo. Welcome in until the big launch for Monster Hunter. Oh, is the new Monster Hunter game coming out? I still haven't played the original, so like it's been sitting in my library for a while. I should really fix that. Well, hey, before we get in, we got to get a very special person in here. Somebody who has not been on here for quite some time, but we love him. We love him dearly. If only he would pick up the phone. Oh my God, please pick up the phone. You said you were ready. I swear to God. There you are.
Hearing Discord
There you
ring.
Well, that's why. That's why. And I just now got you on here, so now everybody can hear you. There you are.
Yay! Wonderful.
How's it going, buddy?
Hey, it goes. It's going all right.
Yeah,
it's going all right.
Same here. So happy that you tuned into our end of Lonesome Road stream yesterday. That was fun.
Oh yeah, dude. Lonesome Road. Okay, so how many of the other DLCs have you done for Fallout New Vegas?
We have done everything except for the Sierra Madre. We've done Honest Hearts, we've done Big Empty, and we did this
Good,
one,
so you've
Road.
done the good ones then.
I've done the good ones. Yeah, Matt was very much like, you don't need to do the Sierra Madre.
the Sierra Madre, anyone who likes the Sierra Madre, it's telling about their character because they enjoy losing.
Oh, yeah, I've heard it's very annoying, and Matt knows me well enough now that he was able to catch that, like, oh yeah, no, that would not have been a good fit. For this, huh, Matt? You're here. Hi, Matt. Yeah, it would not have been a good fit. Sierra, we're talking about the Fallout DLCs. Oh, please don't crash. There it is. There we go. Get that audio in there. But yeah, no. Lonesome Road was very good, though it definitely was absolutely challenging at times.
Yeah, it's kind of dragging.
Yeah, it feels like it could be 1/3 shorter.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's very clearly because like Fallout New Vegas was a game that I think was made in like 8 months.
Yeah, it had a super short time frame.
Yeah, it had a very, very rushed dev cycle, and Lonesome Road was the last DLC that came out, and you can kind of tell that I don't know, there's a feeling like either they're on their last legs for like ideas, or you know, the lights are turning off in the studio and it's like, quick, we gotta get this out the door before we move on.
Right, yeah. It's like, okay, we are done beta testing. I think we're ready for the next phase. No, the game's already out. What?
Beta testing?
I don't know.
In a Bethesda game?
Yeah, you know what? True, that's on me.
Well, no, apparently they do extensive beta testing, actually. That's the only reason that the miracle of those games is able to run at all.
Yeah, I believe it. Here, let me get you the stream. There you go.
Ah, yes. I am not living in the past.
Yes, indeed. Matt says, oh yeah, you'd hate Dead Money so much. I believe it. I believe it.
Knights of the Old Republic honestly has very, very So I've been playing Mass Effect 1 recently.
Ooh, that's a game I really want to stream. That series. I really want to stream that series. Eventually.
I really wish I could have just I can't start at 2, but I kind of wished I could have just started at 2.
At Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, Mass Effect 1 is yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Should I have okay, I wanted to ask about this. Should I have a controller? I forget.
No, you want mouse and keyboard for this. The controller support for this game is notoriously bad.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient.
Okay, so I'm trying to remember where we were at in here. We're investigating. We went to that one bookstore, and the girl.
Yes.
With her mom, and her mom was like, no, don't go in there. And the girl's like, yeah, it's scary in there. Something. And so it looks like there was an old game development team that was working in here. Yeah, I'm in the building of failed businesses. Right, yeah.
Yes. This is the there's a I can't remember the specific word, but this is the old failed business building.
Mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on. How do I know what Kedron Mosaic tells me?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
Super not sponsored, but dude, these sparkling waters, I hate sparkling water. I hate it. It's gross. However, I found one I don't hate, and that's mostly because it's got 4% juice in it, but it's so good. It's called Bonsai. It's amazing. I never knew it existed.
Okay.
It's very good.
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9.
Which, for something this sweet,
some written notes,
it's kind of like soda. For
sparse
only 10 calories,
cryptic.
it's like, damn, okay. And yeah, it's got preservatives in it, but like,
What doesn't?
Yeah, exactly. But like, it's very, very tasty. Right, because we learned about or we didn't learn about it, but we heard about the pale last time, I think. Radio frequencies.
So we are currently in the ruined commercial building. That's the word that they use. So this is
unclear.
Where we last left off was
like
this game studio.
Cardiovascular system. Split
These guys are creating what is essentially a radio MMO because computers are very rudimentary in the Disco Elysium world. You know, anachronistic technology stuff.
Okay. Cardiovascular systems split into capillaries very advanced. Dealing with elaborate.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap.
If it's a game, then who's the game
Someone
master?
very important, the leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. A list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing. Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Grad, Samara, and even Ilmara.
Did I hear right that the guy who voices this passed away recently?
No, you are thinking of Wayne June, the voice actor for Darkest Dungeon. He has passed away.
That's it. I was like, okay, I couldn't remember. All right,
Yeah,
man, that sucks.
I'm super nervous about like Red Hook's future as a studio without him.
Yeah,
Like
no
he
kidding.
was their games.
Mm-hmm. That was the thing that stood out to me when we played Darkest Dungeon. I remember that. I mean, I obviously.
There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Uh-huh.
Not so subtle commentary on game
No.
development.
Yeah, no kidding. Tracking the maddening rhizome. The cost of the air width alone must have been huge.
Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long
Yeah,
gone.
early access.
No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Oh, you can talk to Kim about something.
Oh, I can?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Looks like undercover. I mean, honestly, yeah, because it does look like a lot of money for not a whole lot. Which, I mean, hey, is either really ambitious people or like.
No, that's not it.
Oh.
I think
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
it looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing
Okay,
games.
yeah, yeah.
Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
And this was a role-playing game?
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Ah, so Outer Wilds.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
No, not No Man's Sky. How are they planning to do that?
2 call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio.
Baldur's Gate 3 run on radios. Yeah, no
Then
kidding.
there's the Game Master frequency.
Not
that
Baldur's
listens in
Gate
on the
3.
smaller call-in stations. I think that
No,
was supposed
it's
to coordinate
WoW.
the stories.
Yeah,
functioning
it's
as a
yeah.
master
I was
of
gonna say this is
ceremonies of
like
sorts.
League of Legends or WoW. Probably WoW more than League of Legends.
Imagine playing WoW. on a
Coordinating so many
Fallen's
games
phone
would take a
line.
whole switchboard of
Amazing.
people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
Anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before.
Wow, so subtle,
We just don't
guys.
have the technology.
Do you think happened to the
No
company?
idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but
The world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish
it's too late
it.
for that, I'm afraid.
Aww. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the
Okay,
floor.
let's keep moving.
Yay. Okay. What's this? Scribbled across a notebook. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Uh-huh. Whoa. Whoa. Okay.
Oh yeah,
What the
The-
fuck?
basement.
Not a fan. Not a fan of this. Ice cream maker defrosted and unplugged. Cast a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here.
Ooh, walk through.
There we go. Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Look, there's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Okay, I do.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Him?
Rifles, Kim!
Are these any good?
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock in better cosmetic order than the others.
This one looks nice.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
An old bell Margrave from the Revolution. Where are we?
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
What does this mean, the rifle?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
True.
He likes this find.
So yeah, you found a hidden bunker with rifles. So the rifle doesn't work,
Okay.
but it's worth $11.32. So if you could take that to like maybe a pawn shop.
I do need money to pay back the guy before some time. I forget what time exactly.
You've got 2 hours.
Oh, jeez.
It's currently 5 p.m. Or no, sorry, you've got 4 hours. It's currently
Oh.
5 p.m. You need to pay him like 20 real before 9.
Okay.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads off into the darkness, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Don't rip the red one out. You'll awaken the ghosts.
Unplug the black cable.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
I don't know why I unplugged it. I do think it was without reason.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has 1 cable missing.
Plug in
Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented.
Unplug the black cable.
Something close to you.
Why did you do that?
It's black. It's not like it's the red
The
one.
lieutenant raises his brows.
So just leave this for now. Leave the red cable plugged in. The red cable is going to that giant bear freezer,
Ah.
which you would still want to investigate. There's quite a bit of more stuff down here.
Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy?
What is this thing? It looks like a giant ice
The
bear.
lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Relax, Kim. It's a fridge.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge.
Aw.
Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City.
Huh.
A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Take a note for
You
sure.
pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it from the door.
Examine one
A
of those.
friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate.
What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first
Good
place?
question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper
I
carnivore.
know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
So, I would like to ask you a question really quickly.
Uh-huh.
What do you think a giant freezer is going to be useful for in this video game?
Keeping a body fresh, probably.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
that is where you're going to store the body.
Got it. Okay.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe.
The off-site copy is still here. This?
Yeah.
You find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
Huh. Filament memory. Wonder who wrote
Looks
that
like
note.
someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe they
Oh.
leave it
That's a
right.
plausible hypothesis.
Huh. What's a filament memory?
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
I know who the illiterate ginger kid is.
Some local miscreant, probably. There are tons of them running around in Martinez, ready to stir up trouble. We usually dispatch our junior officers to deal with them.
Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the Ice Bear fridge.
Didn't you
So
see
remember
one
what you
right
just
next to
unplugged?
the breaker box?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Oh, before you leave though, check out the coal chute. Also, I think you can press it's either left alt or shift that'll
Yeah.
highlight interactables.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Looks like it.
Oh,
Looks
yeah,
like
what
an
is
old
this?
central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Kick it with your foot. Because of the
It's
furnace.
dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices, talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs, the echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying, or what's producing them.
What are you doing?
You will want to investigate up there a little bit.
I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking.
Wait, really? We should investigate. See if someone's upstairs.
Kick it. Oh shit! Oh no!
Quick,
The
help
whole
item!
echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I thought it would be funny.
No, smear your hands with coal dust
A
and
thick
then
layer
go.
of coal dust,
don't.
a lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. Maybe you could paint something with this coal.
Okay, well, you told me to, and now I have it on me, so...
Sorry. It doesn't actually matter, but I believe there is a, I think you might have to be a fascist or a racist, but you can possibly blackface with the coal.
Oh, God! Oh, jeez.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it, you slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. No, this is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar. You're just wasting your time. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
Oh, what?
Entroponaut.
Okay, so I need a pry bar of some kind.
You have one.
Oh, I do?
Yes.
Oh, where? Oh,
In tools.
oh, tools. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right.
This orange machine is dead still. It has the ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think
You
you've got
needed
the
to
bar
get
jammed in there pretty well, but the
15.
lid simply won't budge. You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
Man, it's very
I have
good.
no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
Okay, so I'll get to try that again later.
Yeah,
right?
later you need a special pry bar. There's a special pry bar. No, keep it in your hand.
Okay.
Oh yeah, in my playthroughs of Disco, I was walking around constantly with a flashlight in broad day. Ooh, there was a drawer you could have opened in that desk.
Oh, whoops. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh. You know
that's
what?
where it leads.
I had a feeling that the shit with that gal was having to do with the radio game.
I don't think it does.
Really?
No.
Okay. So, I need what?
It would probably be a good idea to head down south to the
Whoa.
the pawn shop.
What have we here? A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
Whatever. Let
Whatever.
death come.
Let death come. I'm a Revacholian badass.
We got a construction code violation.
True, they never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Revachol looks better, though.
But Lieutenant, this is actually me though. There are very few things that I hate more than getting a splinter, and it's gotten to the point where I will not like hold a piece of wood or anything if I don't have gloves. It's bad. It's completely on me, but I can't do it. But Lieutenant, think about
The
the
bridge
splinter.
is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about. Shall we?
Kim, you're the best. I need money.
That's why I told you to go south.
I thought, okay. Well, that sign over there said, oh, hey! Hey, yo! Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. How's it going? I don't believe I've ever seen you here before, man. I'm NotQuiteChrome. This is my friend Randall. And,
Hello.
We're playing some disco. Splatter of bullet holes. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
Oh, nice. This
Oh,
is my
hell
first
yeah.
time playing. Yeah,
Honey,
Kim's great.
you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play
All
it.
time.
Don't ask questions.
Shouldn't I ask what
Shoot
game it
first.
is first?
Ask questions never. No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
I
Uh,
feel like I should observe first.
probably.
See? Your munching and complaining have ruined my concentration.
There's a metal ball toward a smaller wooden ball in the sand, missing it by 8
Could the
meters.
objective of the game be to throw the metal ball so it lands by the wooden ball?
Yeah, it's bocce ball.
Ah, mon
Or
dieu.
petanque.
The pain
Yeah.
in my back is unbearable. I can't even say if it's in my back or hip anymore. Feels like it's in both.
I hope you pass out from it, you goddamn jellyfish.
Jesus.
Men like you are the reason this nation is sinking.
Oh my god.
Shush. Ignore them. They don't know what they're doing. They're old.
They're
You are letting
old.
down yourself and the team. Get in the damn game already.
Wait, what team?
Does it matter what team? Pick a team. Any team. The blue team. You're letting them down. Get in the game and throw the goddamn ball.
All right, bye, Megalo. Have fun with Yakuza and Monster Hunter. Why are you so mean to me?
Eyes on the ball, Dinky Winky.
Why did it go down?
Because now you did too much thinking.
Oh. Should I still try it?
There is a good way that this works out and a bad way that this works out. If it works out in the bad way, it's probably funny. Red check for the content.
Yes!
Hell yeah.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter. You'll make it work.
Let go.
Feel the ball.
Feel the ball.
The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your
I love
neck.
how Kim's
It
just
has
like,
a pattern.
alright, I'm just gonna let you do this.
Probably a sponsored ball.
Okay.
Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already, your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready.
Take in the surroundings.
A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet
Oh my
firmly
God.
planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball.
There is
Time for a last glance inward. Who am I?
An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet. What are you doing?
Bro, you did so good.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
No! Oh my god.
It wasn't
You saw the
near.
ball and you
The
did
shot
what
was
you
at
had
least
to do.
23 meters, probably 24
Oh,
and then some.
no.
Nothing to be embarrassed about.
Calculus is patting you on the back.
What the hell is your problem?
Not weak right
Not a
triceps.
weak right triceps, that's for sure.
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
I'm sensing anger, and I don't understand why.
Pick whatever. It's fine.
I'm sensing anger, I don't
You
understand.
vandalized our game, son. We can't play petanque with 5 bull.
Oh, I
P-Tank.
thought it was shot put.
I thought it was shot put.
Well, it damn well isn't. It's petanque. You ruined a petanque game. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
Here, hey, you have the shot put ball.
Oh yeah, I don't have a bull, but will this do?
Will this do? No, it will goddamn not.
Thank you, officer. This is really something. Honestly, I think it's better than our old bull, even.
Mon Dieu.
Mon Dieu.
All right, fine. What do you want, officer?
Renee,
This
I found
game
you...
is very generically European, but
is.
like the language tends to be very French and very Spanish inspired.
Yeah.
Yet, like geographically, it's supposed to be something that's more along the lines of like Eastern Europe.
I was gonna say, I thought it was like kind of like a Russian-esque type of like.
Yeah. The
Location.
game developer and the writer is Estonian.
That's what I thought. Yeah. It's almost got flavors of like Portuguese. Like, I don't know if this is correct, but what's that one? It's not Monte Carlo. That's not it.
Monaco?
Monaco, yeah. Renee, I found your guard booth.
Yes. The Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the nights. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth goes right into the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Hold on, why are you on leave?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
So who was working your shift that night? Also, poor guy. Jeez, come on, man.
No one. The bus has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officers, the container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Mostly decorative.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
So, this is supposed to show you... Now, remember, Revachol is a country that went through a revolution.
Right.
Right? So, this guy is one of the old Kingsmen. He's one of those old soldiers.
Got it. So if we want his cooperation, we need to appeal to that.
Well, it's not so much what you want out of him. Like, just try to give you the vibe of like this guy is a like old war vet who's, you know, his friend has basically said, yeah, he's like a real man's man, you know. He's just gonna ride it out. So he's like tough guy, machismo kind of a thing. And it's sort of an opportunity for a character with that, like, going against a history of strength, fighting against the inevitable just march of time and age, you know?
It seems like all of these choices are good, though. Like, big guy looks at the small, never works together. Such dependency only weakens a man further. Do or die, there is no middle ground. We need a program, get all the elderly back to the job market, keep folks motivated. Should rent out his services. There's absolutely nothing wrong with tar collecting. It's my side thing too. Like they all appeal to different things.
Yeah, and they're all different varieties of cop that you'll end up heading towards.
I like this one.
Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now? Yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Do you know anything about the man hanging in the backyard of Whirling in Rags?
Unfortunately, I don't. And like most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the locals.
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with the cops?
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
So again, you don't know anything.
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
You seem to be playing in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Do you know what created it?
I do. Fire from heavy artillery.
Okay, it's a crater left by artillery fire, but
Why what?
Why was heavy artillery used?
Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme
Okay.
leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
You might remember from the last session that we found that statue of King Philippe, and it talked about how the royals had this like kind of grand history that eventually went down the tubes because of too much inbreeding and addiction to cocaine.
Oh, right. Wait,
So
what-
this guy was
Communist,
fighting on the side of the
socialist,
inbred
anarchist,
cocaine
Call
heads.
them what you like.
Yeah.
They just chose the name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality.
Did you use artillery fire against them?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
Why shell them here in Martinez?
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first.
The beachhead?
Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol.
Ah.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in
So this
Stella
is
Maris
about
and the Delta.
this game. Remember, if we, from what we read on the calendar at the beginning, it's the summer of '52, I believe, or '56.
Okay. So it's been
So
about
this,
40 years.
yeah, 40 years ago.
Nod thoughtfully and turn.
This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Hold on, the coalition.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil.
Is that why everything is so bombed out?
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument.
Huh.
And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players at the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
Oh boy. Oh man. Soft socialists paving the way for the hard-working class. Okay. Foreign powers cleaned up our mess. Now they rule us. This coalition seems quite capable, actually. Commies just don't understand how money works. Nothing. I don't think. I just do. Excuse me.
So, number 2, I'll say, is probably going to be the thing to get Renee on your side.
I mean, do we need him? Like, how important is that?
He's not super important, but like you've heard the conversation, you've heard what they've said, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of a good point. Number two, it's basically
Yeah, it
that
is.
you failed to fight off a communist revolutionary force, and then foreign powers formed basically a League of Nations, and now took the place back over and gave it to you, but they're still running everything. You're just kind of, you know,
I'm sorry it had to
living.
be them.
Yeah.
After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
Or maybe you're just old. And it's a sunk cost fallacy. Who is this
Damn
result?
Frisel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution.
He slouches as he says that. It makes him smaller, admitting they left the king to the mob.
Mention Gleon.
A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frisel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile.
What exactly is a suzerain?
Suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? They forgotten already. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Is there anything you can tell me about this?
It's a Bell McGrave, 4.46 caliber, breech loading, Revachol made. Good weapon, accurate and reliable.
His moves are quick and precise as he first checks the weapon, then aims it at the sea. This man knows firearms intimately.
This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her?
Ooh, do I tell him about the fucking revolutionary
Yeah.
bunker? Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
not
that's fine.
surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the day, everyone had something stashed away. As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find.
Saw the statue of Philippe III near the roundabout.
Ah, yes! King Philip III, on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
How should a true king... What was that about cocaine?
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler?
Oh boy.
That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine. For clarity of vision.
Oh,
To aid
okay.
in their work. Regnum cocainum. Revachol's finest years.
Of course, clarity of vision, awareness.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in labor.
This is wild.
And it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher
Oh,
realms.
here we go. God Kings. We love those.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes sense.
rails.
It's really
What
not.
was that about higher realms?
Please, do spare us the cocaine fairy tale.
Yes, indeed.
Cocaine fairy
We're not
tale.
here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood.
Seems to me a leader should take care of his people.
A nation is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to...
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
The Carabiner doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve.
Right.
So, you can try the white check for composure.
Through the boule of the
25%.
sea.
Ooh.
Boule. Sure.
You can always try it again.
Ow.
All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform. This is not uncommon.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabiniers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Don't you mean Frissel the fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry. Hey,
Ooh.
psst.
Who, me?
Yes,
Who?
you.
Me?
Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Okay, so you've picked enough communist options to now you're getting suggested
Oh,
the
no.
communist quest line. You could go. Do you want to go on a communist vision quest?
Sure. A rock star cop going on a communism quest. Sounds like a fucking cult leader. Again?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich,
I mean, yeah.
sodomize the landowners,
No.
impale
No.
all people who have more than 25 real
Did not
in
say
their
that.
pocket. Literally murder all human beings, regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
Oh, right. That sounds like me. I've said some mildly left-wing things, but none of those.
Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind.
Yo.
Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Okay. I want you to press number 1 and get ready for like a really hard, interesting thing here. Because I
Okay.
think that's where
Failure.
it is.
It's about failure.
What's communism? Now, this is someone with a political science degree talking to you, the viewer.
Yeah.
Failure?
Failure.
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world.
Boy. So, story time with Chrome here. When I was in high school, I had this teacher who, it was my English teacher in sophomore year. And he looked exactly like Karl Marx. And he thought exactly like Karl Marx as well. And he was fine, but he and I definitely had some tiffs in that class. And that included him ruining Grapes of Wrath for me. In that was a very it was a very heavy topic for, at the time, I just simply was not ready for that conversation. I hadn't had the learning and the growth needed in order to properly approach and broach that subject. Because he talked a lot about communism and the evils of capitalism and all of that. And, like, I did not have the knowledge nor nuance to really take that on, you know? I'm a freaking sophomore in high school, which there are very smart sophomores in high school. Most of them are. But that's a very, hefty topic to impose on kids that young. And one of those things was talking about communism versus capitalism and learning what a utopia is, and learning this is also when we were learning about Animal Farm. We read Animal Farm in this class too. And yeah, it's very interesting, because none of this shit is easy. Anybody who thinks that it's simple is lying to themselves and to you. This stuff is incredibly nuanced, incredibly complicated. People get degrees on this stuff for a reason.
Yeah.
And like this, what we're talking about here in this game, like the whole thing of like, you will reverse the future of the workers of the world, like, or the fortune of the workers of the world. Like, this is fascinating.
You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist.
It's so funny. I love this. I think this is fascinating because this is putting into words the thoughts that I've had about communism. Because again, this shit is so complicated and it's so nuanced, and I am not gonna take a stance here at all, because that's just asking for trouble. But this is very fascinating because communism, from my understanding, is, and it's even talking about it here, is, the desire for everyone to share everything. It's, for me, I struggle to see where the lines are between communism and socialism. That's a whole other conversation. But, communism is about, workers' rights and everybody sharing everything. And yet, everything he's talking about here is all about me. One person changing everything. One versus everybody else. And that's so fascinating to me.
Now get to work, comrade.
Man. Do we go communist cop?
You could go communist cop. I'll say this. There are different ways you can take the character. I believe it's like personality traits and then political ideologies are kind of like the two classes, quote unquote, that you can get put in. Mm-hmm. It's up to you. The really interesting thing about Disco is that it says a lot of really important stuff about everything.
Yeah.
Because it's not just going, it's not to use, the tired phrase of, oh, but it makes fun of everybody, so it's fine. Disco literally is kind of the thing where it says, hey man, there's problems in everything.
Yes.
Because every kid in high school I knew after they found out about communism was like, yeah, man, communism. Hell yeah, dude. And because like in a lot of ways it makes sense, but what they're saying here is very real. Communism as a system has never once worked. And part of how this is written is pointing to that, and it's the part that's saying it's about you. Because human selfishness always ends up being kind of the downfall. Because then it becomes about the individual who's at the top. because for some reason humanity makes you want to be at the top, and that's just in the bones of every human being, is the idea that, you know, it's all a big pyramid and there's only one space up at the very top.
Yep. And it's it's fascinating because, like, yeah, and I feel like that sentiment has only grown with, you know, with the internet, and it's become an entire monster, which is a whole thing we don't have time to unpack. But I think that's so fascinating. Yeah, that's the myth that's created despots out of so many leaders. Exactly, because power corrupts. That's just how it works. And the thing is that, like, we as people need leaders. Like, we just do. Whether that's a committee, whether that is one person, whether that is, you know, ideally, if it works well, a Congress, a Senate, you know, like, there's ways to try and make it work. But I think that, like you said, every single thing has a problem with it. There are no perfect options here. And I think that there's been such a desire for that perfection that we've missed the point entirely. Like, it's like, no, like, because on that same coin flip, it's like, yeah, and even the stuff that we hate has pros to it that are uncomfortable. And, like, I'm just thinking of capitalism right now. Like, there are uncomfortable pros to capitalism. And there is a way that it could work, like, ideally. In fact, the societies that have worked are capitalist societies. Now, is it perfect? God, no. God, no. It is a crippling system, like, at best. But it is an unfortunate truth that it is something that has proven to have worked. Unlike communism, which only ever has broken down because of something or another. Yeah, Matt pointed out that line, "You are the last communist," I think that just sums it up. Like, no, I'm right. These, like, it reminds me so much of, like, how anarchy is such a seductive concept, and how, you know, all that shit leads to the rise of autocracy. And there's so much to unpack with all of that. That is fascinating to me. I'm so excited to get more into this, because, like, this is the kind of mental stimulation that I've been needing with these thoughts, because every time I try to engage with somebody about them, I end up feeling like I don't know enough. And I think that's just an inherent problem with political speech and with, you know, political discourse. And I mean political as in these types of systems. You know what I mean? And so I'm excited to engage with this game on that level, on this level. Because now I'm like, all right, do I become a communist cop? Which is funny for the meme, but, like, I certainly don't want to be a fascist one. I don't want to be a racist one. Those are for damn sure.
You could become a supreme hustle grinder and be all about your paper and making investments and being an alpha male.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Why not? We'll do communist cop. Why not? We'll do it.
Oh yeah. Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
What? Firing squads? You didn't say anything about that.
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few million eggs.
And there it is. There it is. Is that, it's like, okay, sure. You want this. How far are you willing to go to get it? How much of a monster are you willing to become to endorse your thought process on other people.
Yeah.
And inflict it upon them. Like, ooh, interesting.
Because capitalism wins people over by giving them nice things for cheap. Because money.
Yeah.
And authoritarianism wins people over by pointing a gun at them and telling them that you're going to do what they say.
Yep.
So what is communism? The idea that, hey, guy at the top, you should get the same as everyone else. And hey, people at the bottom, you should get the same as everyone else. And there is no good way to really grab and stretch those two ends of the spectrum to meet in the middle.
Yep.
And a lot of that's probably why it has not worked in the way it historically, hasn't.
Right. Well, and I think that that's what inspires people, because it's the Orpheus and Eurydice of it all, right? It's like, maybe this time he won't turn around. Maybe this time communism will work, And I think that's why also socialism is such a seductive concept, because ideally that could work, because it's not exactly communism and it's not exactly capitalism. It's somewhere kind of in between. And it's like, yeah, that's a nice thought. I can't, this is just, Chrome talking. I just because my brain isn't, I can't think of any right now, but I don't know of any societies that, similarly to communism, that's worked with. I could be wrong. But I think that it's like, it's the whole thing about how, the way that I almost see it similarly is like, these concepts are amazing, but putting them into practice is something else entirely. It's like when you have an idea for, let's use that RPG that they wanted to make, but then you actually put it into practice and you actually start breaking down, or like, to use a real world example, when I want to produce a short film, it's like, great, here's this short film that we want to make. Amazing. What do we need to make it? Well, we need permits. We need the permission of the city. We need to hire catering. We need this, that, the other. And it's like, oh my God, that is so much money. And it's like, well, yeah. What, did you think it was going to be easy? Did you think it was going to be free? Like, no. If you want to do it right, if you want to do it well, there's going to be costs. And so, and I think that we as humans just want things right now, all the time, immediately working. And there has to be, which, oh man, that's a whole other conversation about voting and about like how voting is not a Valentine, it's a chess move. Which is so, ooh. Anyways, roll up your sleeves further and breathe in the pristine air, I guess. Wow.
Maslowian socioeconomics.
Where is that?
That is in your thought cabinet right there.
Oh, right there. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago, a fever that took the world never to return again. They were right until he woke up one day, or today, a spiritual corpse responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes, and Kraz Mazov. For him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of O2 from the oceanic trench where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come, witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51.
Oh, okay, so it's 51 this year.
Amazing. Anyways.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away.
This is it.
Huh?
This is it. The zoom out?
Yeah.
It's the whole map. It's all there.
The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
How does it feel?
Humid. Your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you.
Motherfucker. That is in the west.
Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinez, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Who are you, Ghost?
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there?
Will I?
No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinez every day.
What is down the shore?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs, cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction, a defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
So this is real. This is actually describing a playable area that you're going to experience.
Huh. Beyond that?
Coal City, end of all lines. Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
What's in the east?
The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide. Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor
We've
is
been there.
an artificial mountain
Yeah,
range.
they're
Immense
talking
wealth
about the
resides
literal
within,
space over
and
there.
immeasurable poverty in its shadow.
And beyond that?
La Drusienne, King Dries passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. Cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary.
What's across the distributary?
Couronne, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain.
What's beyond the coral?
A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide.
What's in the north?
Capeside
Ooh.
apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play.
Closer to here?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath a dead man's feet. He swings from a tree, bloated. Droplets of rain slip from his cold cheeks.
What's in the south?
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
What's on the other side?
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
That's number one.
What's
Where
that?
the hood, where the hood, where the hood at? Seriously, present.
Have a brother in the cut. Where the hood at?
What is that?
That's the line from DMX's song, Where the Hood At.
Oh, that's funny.
But that's Shivers talking to you, the literal city. That's the voice of the city.
Huh.
Why am I not there?
Why am I not there?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, in the shadow of the day the revolution fell.
What am I doing here?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Remember, your character's from Jamrock.
Huh.
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, A repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
What's above?
Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
Motherfucker.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
So cool.
So, on that note, though, I am going to have to leave.
Yeah. Well, here, really quick. Let's see if we can sell this antique thing.
Oh, yeah. Head south. Follow the road.
Okay. Down here?
Yeah.
Because I would like to have that security. Because we're at 17, so we should be good with if we sell that thing.
Oh, the guy on the right you can talk to later. You're going to want to go into that shack thing on the left.
Over here. Okay.
Open the door. The guy's going to have really cool conversations to have. We're going to have that later. But you'll be coming back here. We just need to secure the money so that way you can, you know.
Pay the guy.
Pay the guy.
Oh, fuck. Mostly military with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in. List of a woman. Plaque simply says DEI. The dark film projector plate is whirring away. Welcome to the pawn shop. Oh, here he is. What kind of machine? An antique cash register? Hey.
Oh, and the stuff on the shelves you can, I think, pick up.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
I mean, same.
Probably
Sorry.
one.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately. RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake. People who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Quite the collection indeed.
It keeps me entertained.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe.
There's something I like to
Let me have a look. Anything
I'd
else
like
you're
to
thinking
sell
of
my-
selling?
my clothes. This one. These.
Yeah. You have to hit the yellow strip.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh, and then you can also sell the postcards.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Don't sell Kim's handkerchief.
Okay.
That would be very mean.
Amazing.
Another time, perhaps.
Okay.
So now let's head back into the Whirling in Rags and deliver the 25 real.
Yeah, we'll call it there.
So this is the only potential soft lock in the game.
Uh-oh. Okay.
So we're
like I
good.
said, we're gonna be okay.
Yeah, once you pay him, you're past it. There is a way, there's like a failsafe where Kim goes and grabs some rims out of the trunk of his car to pay for your room. But if you miss that failsafe and you can't come up with the Real by the time given, you simply can't beat the game because you can't go to bed.
It's about that money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
How much do I
A
owe?
lot. A lot. For the
Oh.
room, drinks, and broken window, 130 real.
Oh. No, you've got enough though. It when time comes, this is how Kim helps.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll just have to wait.
Yeah, I think, or you talk to Kim about it. Sorry, you've still got hours.
Well, we'll figure it out next time.
Someone who doesn't have hours is me.
Yeah, me too. I feel that.
But hey, this was super cool.
Yay!
Super fun. Loved getting to show you more of the interesting parts of disco that aren't just, you know, me telling you funky stories and talking about how crazy the game is. And we're getting out of the, oh god, my character is so, you know, downtrodden and horrible.
Truly. Yeah. We are finally getting him to be a not a functional human being, but a thinking one at least. Yeah, we'll go with that. Incredible. Well, thank you everybody so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Randall, always thank you. It is a pleasure to have you on the channel. As always, I hope we keep this up. Because I would really like that. But everybody, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Definitely stay safe out there. And as always, be good, be kind, be smart, be safe, and be you. Black Lives Matter, Asian Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, and we will see you in the next one.